If you're an HVAC owner and you dread the slow season, then this video is for you, because what I'm going to share with you is exactly what we do inside of my HVAC company to keep the revenue flowing, keep my team busy, and most importantly, keep the leads still coming in even if and when everyone else is slowing down. Now, let me make this clear from the start. I'm not going to share with you any fluff or theory. I run an HVAC company myself, and I also run a marketing agency that works with HVAC owners every single day. What I'm going to share with you is what we do exactly at Boost Air Heating and Cooling in Dallas, Texas. That's the same playbook that we've used to help other HVAC companies during the slow months without having to cut their people or sit back to wait for the phone to ring. Here's the truth. The slow season does not have to be a problem. If you handle it the right way, it actually becomes the best opportunity to separate yourself from the competition and have massive success for when the busy season comes around next year. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump in. Rule number one, do not stop the marketing. I can't stress this enough. Do not stop the marketing. When things slow down, that's when you have to double your output, double your marketing efforts. You have to get a real lead generation system in place. You cannot be dependent on one source. Look, at Boost Air, we have multiple channels running at the same time. On the lead generation side, we have Facebook ads, which is the #1 producer for us. But that's not all. We also have Instagram, we have TikTok, we have YouTube, we have networks, we have Google LSA, we have SEO for our website and for our Google profile, and then we have Thumbtack, Yelp, and Nextdoor. Look, at any given time, I have up to 12 different sources bringing in leads because I refuse to let my business be at the mercy of just one or two platforms. So that's how we've created this omnipresent lead generation system. Look, if you live in the DFW area, you've probably seen one of my ads at Boost Air at least once. And look, I know a lot of people are probably thinking of, Jose, I don't have the money for marketing. Let me tell you exactly how I did it at the beginning when I didn't have the budget either. We personally bank with Chase. And what we did is we went to them and we got a credit card. And first they gave us about $25,000, okay? We put that card straight into ad spend. We started getting leads, we got booked appointments, and then we turned those into sales. As the sales came in, we paid the card down, and then we repeated the cycle. That's happened over and over again, every single month, every 2 weeks, however much it was needed. That's how we got up to $60,000 in ad spend for our marketing, but that's not how it started at the beginning. Now, we don't even have to think about it as a marketing budget. We basically, the way that it works, we allocate 10% of our monthly revenue target back into the marketing. And sometimes it's more. I know, look, best practices will tell you 6 to 10%, but when you get to Q4 and things slow down, I even push it up to 15%. So for example, if my goal is to generate $100,000 in revenue, I'm fine spending 15 grand on ads to make it happen. You might ask, why? Well, because I want to keep my team and my people busy. The worst thing that you can do is build a great team and then lose them because you aren't willing to invest whatever it takes to keep the appointments on the board. And here's something most owners don't even think about, okay? Think about this. Q4 is actually the best time to poach A players from other companies. Think about it. Let's say that you got a really talented sales guy or top installer, but you just can't keep them busy. What do you think they're doing when they're sitting at home with no work? They're looking for other opportunities on their phone with other companies that are marketing, that do have jobs lined up, and then can keep them busy and give them security. Because look, at the end of the day, every employee wants reassurance that their bills are going to be paid, that their families are going to be taken care of, and if your company's investing to keep the board full when everyone else is cutting back, not only do you keep your people, but you become the place where the best of the best wants to work at, okay? Here's another thing that people don't realize. When you keep marketing throughout Q4, your cost per lead usually goes down. The ad platforms work like an auction. When there are fewer companies bidding for the same customer, the cost per lead goes down. So not only are you keeping your people busy, you're buying leads at a discounted rate compared to the busy season. Now, yes, the way that you sell has to shift a little in the slow season. Homeowners are not in the same rush as they are in the summer. We've got to build more value into your presentation, show them the reasons why it makes sense to buy now rather than later, why they'll be able to save money by not waiting, and why it benefits them to make the decision during the slower months, okay? Rule number 2, you need to create a revenue plan that is designated for the slow season. Most companies make the mistake of chasing the big installs, but things slow down, you have to switch gears and focus on services that are going to keep people buying all year round. This is when things like maintenance agreements, service contracts become your best friend. It's not just the cash flow, it's predictable cash flow for the rest of the year. Some things could include like tune-ups, safety inspections, low ticket offers, but you keep your techs working, and a lot of times they uncover repairs that normally turn into bigger jobs. You've also got to do like add-ons like indoor air quality, UV lights, duct cleaning, mastic seal, new thermostats. These are powerful upsells that make sense for homeowners who may not be ready for full system replacement, but still want to improve their comfort in their home. And let's not forget about the second opinion. You'd be shocked how many jobs you can win just by being the company that says, hey, we'll take another look at it for free. The slow season, buyers are more cautious. You have to meet them where they're at. And if you really want to create urgency, build out a trade-in buyback program. Give people reasons to replace their old system now instead of waiting for summer. And look, the third rule is that the slow season is training season. This is when you have to take the time to sharpen your team, your systems. Too many owners let their people sit idle. But when the reality is, this is a time to role play, sales conversations, work on closing techniques, and make sure your team knows how to handle objections before the phone starts blowing up again, okay? It's also the time to get the operations tight. Update your price book, clean up your inventory, fix up any scheduling issues, and don't forget about your customers. This is the time to follow up with, past clients, ask for reviews, roll out a referral program. The work you put in here pays you back tenfold when things get busy. But if you ignore it now, you're going to feel, the pain when the rush hits later in the summer. And the fourth rule is one of the secrets that most owners never think about, is that the slow season is the best time to grab market share. When your competitors go quiet, it's a chance for you to be loud. Remember, ads are cheaper, attention is easier, and homeowners don't stop needing service just because it's December or March or whatever time of the year. They still need work done. They just aren't in panic mode. If your company stays visible while everyone else is hiding, you become the first call when the real busy season comes back around. So don't think that the slow season is just downtime. Think of it as a chance to play offense while everyone else plays defense. So look, here's the bottom line. If you want to win in the slow season, don't stop your marketing. Create a revenue plan that fits the season. Use the timeline to sharpen your team and your systems, and take advantage of the opportunities to grab market share while your competition is going to sleep and going into hibernation. If you found this valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because I drop strategies like this all the time. Those help grow your HVAC business. And if you're ready to build a system that keeps your phone ringing year round, you could reach me at 214-499-1484. And remember, the slow season doesn't have to slow you down.